Hey guys, welcome back to Stuie's Garage. It's been a minute. Today we're gonna be working on the Datsun again. I'm thinking about selling it. So here she is. I've had it outside for probably too long and the battery died and there was some corrosion in the fuse box again. So we're gonna try and figure that out. It looks like it might be a issue with parasitic drain, like maybe the alternator diode or something. I don't know. My neighbor's weed whacking, kind of loud, whatever. All right, so let me show you what's going on. So I'll put positive. When I put negative, we're getting a little bit too much sparky. We shouldn't get that much when we're connecting up the battery. So I'll hook up a parasitic drain test and show you guys what kind of milliamps we are pulling. We're just hooking up our meter to the battery, just in series, like putting the meter through it, hooked up to the amps hole, got amps selected, got a little jumper, and when I put this through, we're getting 5.3 amps, which is way too much, and that's going to drain the battery down real quick. So I don't know what could be the problem. I'm guessing it's like the coil is just staying energized, but I don't know. That's way too much amperage. As soon as I put that on there, 5.3. So let me look around, see what we can find. I know that there's a ground on the alternator that's kind of loose. No, that's not doing anything. Maybe if I unplug the alternator, no. I don't know why I would go straight to alternator anyways. It's been working fine. Well, now we're not doing any amps. Ooh, that's hot. Open. Starter's trying to go on its own. That's weird. Oh, there goes my fuse. Holy crap. This thing is really hot right now. I think the starter is getting stuck. And yeah, that's not good. Okay, key is off, but it's trying to freaking... It must be the solenoid, like the starter solenoid. It's just frozen up because it just wants to start all the time when I do that. Well, here we are again, still pulling 5 amps, and it's not trying to start now when I put the battery cable back on. Not really sure what the deal is, but I'll grab my other trusty meter here. And we're gonna try and just check all the fuses, see if there's something on one of them. Okay, I'm trying to get you guys a view, but I don't know how that goes sometimes. Fuse box off, you'll see how corroded it is. But let's see if we can get any kind of V-drop here. So that's quite a bit on that first fuse. Let's check the others. It has way too much. It's looking good. Nothing. 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 Okay, so that looks good, except for the first few were really bad. The first one's actually okay. My arm's probably in the way, but that one's looking real bad. Okay, so it seems to be just this one. It's doing really bad, and you might be able to guess why. It was soaked in water and got all corroded, so I'm going to come in here and to clean these up again because they got all corroded. Let me clean those up and see if they're still providing unwanted resistance. Let's clean this up. That should do it. May not look like it, but it is clean now. Luckily this car came with a bunch of extra fuses and bulbs and I saved them, so we got a bunch of 15s here. Of course we want to check if we're getting, you know, continuity. Obviously I don't want to test them next to each other, but 15. all those 15 amperes are good. Here's the original, it's really nasty. I can't even get a good connection. Huh. So it was bad? I don't know, but it's gonna go. So we'll put a new 15 in that place. Unfortunately, couldn't find a new 30, but this 30 might be reusable. No? Still good, it's just really corroded. Maybe? Yeah, still good. Just doesn't... Do I have resistance? No. It's good. So, we'll also clean that up and put it back in. Well, let's see if we still have parasitic drain. Hopefully not. 5.4 amps. That's quite a bit. So I don't think it was the corroded fuses. Not that they didn't need to be cleaned anyways, but let's do some more testing. So that circuit with all the millivolts is a 15 amp fuse and it runs stop horn hazard. Okay, so I pulled that fuse, the 15 amp fuse, which was for the stop horn hazard. Can you see that? Yeah, I pulled this 15 amp fuse for the stop horn hazard. And now we're not pulling any amps. So I think I figured it out. I noticed when I first got into the car, again, after having it sit for several months, there was some broken plastic on the ground, little pieces here. And if you look here, there's something missing. There should be a little stopper that pushes against this brake light switch, but that's disintegrated and gone, and now it doesn't depress that switch, and so the brake lights are always on. So basically, because that little piece of plastic disintegrated, the battery started to have a drain because the lights were just always on. So just need to build a little spacer or 3D print something to recreate that, and then that switch will always be open when the brake pedal is not pressed, and it will be closed when the brake pedal is pressed to turn on the brake lights. So yeah, that was our issue, I think. I can also test it later when it's dark and I can actually show you, because there's just too much afternoon sun to see the brake lights right now. But yeah, cool. Okay, so I used an old piece of plastic, and shame on people for making me feel bad about being a hoarder, but I found one of these weird little tightening tab thingies, and I cut it up. So I cut these ears off because it looked like it would fit just right. And if you look, I just formed this piece, cleaned it up a little bit, put it here. It depresses the brake pedal switch, the brake light switch actually. So I put my fuse back in, put that in, and we're only pulling 0.007 amps or 7 milliamps. So that's great. We fixed the parasitic drain issue. I need to glue down that piece of plastic. But yeah, on to the next thing. Well, you can't see it right now, but I had a bunch of fuel spraying out of the fuel pump the other day when I pulled the car back in, so yeah, we get to do one of those today. Let's take a look at what we got in the mail. Hopefully it's something nice. A box squished inside another box. Oh, that's not the fuel pump. That's the Mitsubishi coolant reservoir. Darn. Well, fuel pump's still not here. Okay. Just went down to the mailbox. Found the fuel pump. It's pretty new. Like, it wasn't manufactured a million years ago. And I want to say, oh, cool basket. I want to say it was like $8. I don't know. It was really freaking cheap. You know what we're gonna do with that? I'm gonna take it and add it to my small collection. There we go. I think I need more. Okay. What a mess. Why is this pumping fuel? Oh, that was a bolt. Okay. Put that in. New pump. Slide that in. Back on. The gauge is a little bigger. Should slide right on. And then I'm gonna prime this pump. I don't really want air in it. Got the new fuel pump in. Let's see if it starts. Well, I think the idle needs to come up, but the fuel pump's working. There we go. New fuel pump. Running good. No leaks. It's a little rough. I don't know why. That carb, still always tuning it. Can't figure out the choke, but Alright guys, well those were the final repairs I did on the Datsun B210. It's winter now, and I'm working on a lot of other things, so there's more to come on the channel. But I wanted to go over some of the costs of this project. Maybe I'll put them up on the side right here, how much the cost was for things. But yeah, the car was 500 bucks, as you saw in the first video. It was a really good deal in terms of like being complete, and only 500 bucks. It was just up on some hillside in the deserts of Nevada, so I picked it up. I had to rent a U-Haul trailer that was about 60 bucks. So those were kind of some big ticket items, but I bought the car without keys and without a title, which was kind of tricky when it comes to the title, because that can be really hard to get. But I did find a way to get a title, and it cost 360 bucks. So that was one of the huge big ticket items. I had to put a battery in it, of course, because I don't even think there was a battery. So that was 80 bucks. The tires were another big ticket item at 220, which actually was a great deal for 4 tires. I think I got them on eBay, but they're just like trailer tires, just for like getting the vehicle around. Surprisingly, the brakes were kind of expensive, 75 bucks for brake parts. I have 110 bucks for a roller carpet on Amazon, which I still have like half of it. I'm gonna use it for other things. The radiator hoses and belts was like 50 bucks to redo like all the hoses and everything. And then there was just all the other little things like paint and, you know, coolant and like seat covers and shipping. I mean, all of it added up. And so our grand total was $1,850. So 1,850 bucks, which I don't think is too bad. So I'm in it, you know, close to 2 grand. I hope to sell it to someone who wants to like fully restore it. My goal was to bring it back to life. But just looking to make a little money off of it, trying to get rid of it to someone who cares about Datsuns. It was a super fun project. I really enjoyed it. Thanks for sticking with the series if you have. It was one of my most fun projects to do, but I'm just moving on to other things. I would love to do a full restoration someday, and if it doesn't really sell for what I want to sell it for, I'll just hang on to it and then restore it myself. So if you're interested in purchasing the Datsun, I have it stored in Southern Oregon, kind of near Medford. So reach out to me on Instagram and let me know. It's just Stuie's Garage on Instagram. So I'll put the link in the description for that. Love to sell it to one of you viewers. I know I've got a lot of comments from you guys talking about how you used to drive them, or like you've always wanted one. So it'd be cool to go to one of you guys, but I'm not hard pushing this sale. Just kind of casually trying to see if people are interested in it. But again, thanks for watching. This was super fun, and I kept going because your support and your comments. And if you made it this far in the series and you still haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That'd be really cool. It helps me be motivated to just do more projects. And I love seeing your comments and everything. Thanks for watching the series, and have a good time wrenching out there, and I'll see you in the next one. We got exciting things coming. All right, see ya.